Four Bats is not an industry plant. He's just a product of really good marketing, really good success, and really good management backing behind him. So his manager has worked with other bigger artists in the past, other bigger productions. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. I'll put a picture in the video of what I'm talking about. With the entire 2023 and online presence, it's just people that know what they're doing. It's an identity, it's a mysterious atmosphere that goes behind them. An example I could give is when The Weeknd first came out, around 2010, 2011. First few songs that he was dropping on YouTube, nobody knew what The Weeknd was. When people listened to the music, it was just pictures of women, black and white. That was the aesthetic he was going for on the first mixtape, and nobody knew what The Weeknd was. People thought it was a group of people. People thought it was a group of people. It wasn't until slowly and surely, over the course of a year, after the 3 mixtapes, realized it's just one single R&B artist working with different producers. Another example I could give of that is Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel even said it himself. When you listen and think of Vybz Kartel, you hear the music, you see the name. By the name itself, you think it's a group of people, but really it's just one person being him. Back when Vybz Kartel was starting out, he was using different kinds of voices too, vocal tonalities. So in Four Bats' case, there's so much you can attribute to his success. Four Bats, numerically, it works. Like an artist list on music platforms, Four Bats' list is going to be way up there. That's one thing. The other thing too is obviously the strategic backing, the imagery in the music, group of people, one person singing. It's an imagery that I don't think has been seen before. The soft singing and the ruggedness of the whole imagery. And with his music too, without even watching the music videos. He uses pitch shifters in his voice, so there'll be times when his voice is really high, and there'll be times when his voice is very deep. And as you can see online, it just adds to the wonder. Put this all in a pot. You get real strategic marketing. You get him and people behind him that really know what they're doing in order to make this guy a success. However, signing to Drake is the biggest indicator he's not an industry plant. If he was really an industry plant, he would go a different route. He'd sign to even bigger labels and would not go the route that he's going. Because when you look at the OVO record label roster, a big portion of those artists had little to no money or promotion being put into them. And an example I could give you is Roy Woods. When he was first starting off, he was popping. That's when Drake signed him, when the first EP came out. After that, he had a following, and then after dropping his first album, people were paying attention. Album after that, he still had people on him, but you could tell that people were slowly backing out. And it leads to where he is now. It seems like he's still dropping music, but barely getting attention. There's little to no money being put in him. Now, the reason why you see Party Next Door pop off, even though he signed to OVO Records, is because he's been established in the music industry, and OVO is not his only record label. He's also signed to Warner, while also being a ghostwriter in the industry even before the Drake signage. Four Bats, with his backing and management behind him, and the strategies he's been using up until this point, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I'm sure they could figure it out. For signing to OVO, the biggest indicator of not being an industry plant. Other than that, I like the music, it's cool, and we look forward to see what he has next. That's my thoughts on that. Catch you on the next one. That's it.